2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yesterday after the show, I spent the day up at Springbrook,
nice.
in the hinterland. We got a little place up there, Hartwood, and we didn't know what the damage was as far as how it had gone through the cyclone or ex-tropical cyclone or whatever the bloody hell it is, old Elfie. So we went up there and the house is fine, which is great, but a fair few trees had come down, like crossing the driveway. So Scott was on the, what's it called, the chainsaw.
Brother-in-law, Scott.
Yeah, brother-in-law. He was on the chainsaw, and we were.
Seems like he's better for that than you.
Emptying the carnage, mate. They freak me out.
I don't
chainsaws.
think you ever need to touch a chainsaw, mate. No, and when I say that, I mean me neither. I will never, in my life, I will never touch a chainsaw.
You know what?
That and circular saws, they freak me out. I just always imagine them just snapping off and just chop your head off.
Mitch, you could be stuck under a tree, needing me as the only person around and a chainsaw, and I'd put the chainsaw down and I'd walk away from you.
Yep.
You would die that day. You would die that day, Mitch.
Holding up my hand. Don't break your promise, Luttsy. Stay true to who you are.
Chainsaws.
You do have the complexion of someone who would walk away from manual labour.
Yeah, that's racist. Anyway, on so many levels, that's offensive to almost everyone listening.
Chainsaws freak me out. I actually had one of my old footy coaches actually died in a chainsaw accident. You know him, Luttsy, a Norse boy, and they freak me.
Right.
I can't look at them without thinking of that guy and the whole thing. So anyway, so Scotty was on the chainsaw. Levi and I and Jode and Rach, we were all in clean-up mode, and it was the leeches, man. The leeches. They get you. And my feet were just like Scott was picking off leeches off his shoulders. It was like
no, you got to let him finish.
This thing had been on his shoulder for long enough. Like that,
They get big.
Oh, this thing on his shoulder, mate, it blew. I was getting them off me pretty quickly, but this one on his shoulder was like fat. Anyway, we did that, and so all that's a bit freaky, and they're weird, those things. Like my feet this morning are so bloody itchy from those leeches, but.
They're bad. Springwood, that's like Springbrook's like near Lamington and stuff. Hey, that's seems to be up there a lot. We did a trip.
It's rainforest, mate.
Someone found one after one trip we did at camp. Someone found one. Speaking of the Pyrenean, which we were yesterday, in that area, one had been there for 3 days. It was the size of a bloody small tanker.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I know, right?
And they're just a weird creature. But anyway, after that, I've left. And I got the creepy crawlies. Jody had found fresh bread. So I went, I'm going to drop over to my mum's and drop in some fresh bread. She's at Main Beach, by the way. So it's like where I'm out of the wilderness. As I'm walking up to mum's front door, there was a bloody snake right on the tiled pavement, right at her front door. I nearly stepped on it. I don't know. I got a video of it. I could send a video of it. It was only a small snake, but it just freaked me out. And I don't know if it was a brown snake, but it was brown. It was brown. So it was a brown snake.
By definition, it was. Yeah.
Yes.
So it could have been a whip snake as well, because they look kind of similar-ish.
Can't you Google them now and it tells you, Nikki? Is that a thing?
Do you know your snakes? Do you know your snakes?
I'm pretty good at snakes. If you sent me a video of it, I'd probably know what it is.
But can't you Google like you do a T-shirt and it tells you where to get it? These days you can Google a snake and a picture. And
but a baby brown and a whip snake often look very similar.
No, the Google it, no, though.
You know, I'm sending it to our Brekkie Show chat.
So
I got a video.
Does it
I don't know. The sand dunes, the beach, like it's a beachy area. I don't know.
That scares me even more. I was hoping it'd come from the wilderness and run out of,
Run.
It got up on its hind legs, run out of the wilderness.
It was wearing hokers.
They have
It was
hidden
wearing
hind legs.
hokers.
In disasters, they have hidden hind legs. Hind legs.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
All morning yesterday, we said be listening to Nova at 5 p.m. Yesterday afternoon, a massive announcement, and this is what it was all about.
Welcome to the first ever
In 2014, it began.
Nova's Red Room. Make some noise! It's showtime!
Then year after year,
Dua Lipa. You guys ready to dance?
it blew
Thank you very much to Nova.
you
Harry Styles!
How is everyone?
away.
Taylor Swift!
This room is so red.
Miley Cyrus! Katy Perry!
Now, in 2025, it's back. Bigger than ever. Nova's
Red Room Global Tour.
Nova's Red Room Global Tour, powered by Expedia.
Oh my God.
See Gracie Abrams live in Auckland, New Zealand.
Hey, I'm Gracie Abrams.
Then, travel to Los Angeles to witness Dean Lewis at the House of Blues.
Hey, this is Dean Lewis. So how do I say goodbye?
Red Room, how you doing?
Who's been with me for my whole damn life?
A big thank you to the Nova team for all the support right from the start, and we really, really appreciate it.
Next,
I figured, it's time for me to take it to the next level.
jump on a plane to Sin City,
We're just making something that's completely cool and different.
Las Vegas,
Let's get weird. Let's have a good time.
where you'll be seeing Post Malone
What's going on, y'all? This is Post Malone. Yeah, come on, pop a top.
and Jelly Roll
What's up, Australia? It's Jelly Roll.
live at Allegiant Stadium.
You ain't nothing but a liar.
3 epic overseas destinations.
Auckland.
Gracie Abrams!
Los Angeles. Dean Lewis. Las Vegas.
Post Malone! Run away.
Featuring some of the biggest names in music.
Cheers, man. Who's getting a little lit up?
Nova's Red Room Global Tour, powered by Expedia.
Wow, that's large.
Huge.
That's pretty cool. That's amazing, actually.
Oh, Las Vegas is going to go off. They've got a double whammy.
Yeah,
Post
with
Malone.
Jelly Roll. Yeah, Post Malone. I'd love to watch that. And that's at Allegiant Stadium. That's the stadium that hosted the footy last week, correct?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Legion is, yeah. Magnificent indoor, 60,000 people. Oh, that'd be unreal.
Yeah, that was
So hang on.
spectacular.
When is it? How do we go? How do we get tickets?
It's a very good point you ask.
So conversations
Surely
are happening in the background.
Surely we're well connected. Come on.
Send a few texts off, Nikki. Make something happen for the rest of us.
I'll just make some threats.
Yeah.
Not
that's-
texts,
no,
just
you're
threats.
Yeah, good idea.
Well, it all
They
kicks
work
off
better.
in Sydney, and we say the 3 international locations. It all kicks off in Sydney with a yet-to-be-announced artist. Before you head over to
Wow.
Auckland, Gracie Abrams, Dean Lewis in LA, and then off to Las Vegas to see Jelly Roll supporting Post Malone.
That'd be so good.
What a
that
way
would
to
be
wrap it
so good. You know, the other thing that in that little montage they played there, I didn't realise it's been 11 years now, the Red Rooms.
Yeah, it's huge.
2014.
And just some of those names, like Swift, Harry Styles, Ed Sheeran, Coldplay, Billie Eilish, a whole bunch of others that were in there as well. And they go from being intimate to
Yeah.
like we had
Oh,
Ed
yeah.
Sheeran at the
Opera House.
At the Opera House.
Well, that's one of the best nights of music I've ever had was
Yeah, that was
Ed
incredible,
Sheeran at
wasn't
the
it?
Opera House. That was the most amazing Red Room. And it
Okay,
meant
so
a lot
you've
to
been
Ed
to
too.
a red room.
All Nikki's doing is, why aren't we there? Which I love.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work this out.
if
Like,
you're not
I
onto
thought
your
there were
agent-
perks with this job.
If you're not onto your agent the next hour, I'm going to be angry. Like, let's get this happening. Nikki, you seem to be the major antagonist of this sort of stuff.
I'm
Let's
gonna
text
send
him
out
now.
some
Text him
emails.
right now. Email him now.
Get on it.
And look,
And because if we went overseas, what time would our breakfast show be?
No, it's
That'll
a
be
dream.
in the afternoon,
it's a
right?
dream and all. It's magnificent.
I'm all over
David's
this.
getting emotional thinking about
I
it.
am. I'm always crying here. 1 in the afternoon.
And if you're wondering how you can come along as well, I mean,
Yes.
you know, we want to get there, but we obviously want you to get there as well. You can jump on board the Nova Player. You can enter in, or before the end of the hour, we're going to take some calls and add you to the draw to potentially get that call back this Friday. With
You
Ricky,
are
Luttsy
crazy.
and Joel.
If you don't enter that, you are crazy. If you don't go to the Nova Player and just take the time, what is it, a minute?
trip of
2
a
minutes
life.
out of your life, tops?
Yep.
Come on.
Weeks long
And if
overseas
people
trip.
call, do they have to do anything? Like, or do they just have to
No,
call and get
Just
through?
add it to the draw.
Oh, come on. Get on the phone
Hey, Joe,
and take me with you.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Found myself yesterday doing something I don't do very often, is trying to get together ingredients to cook an actual meal. I know that sounds strange,
Good on
but
you, mate.
someone was cooking for me, which is again very rare. But I had to do the shopping for it. And
So hang on, you weren't actually cooking. You just had to
No.
go
I was just doing the shopping for the cooking. So someone sent me an
okay.
ingredients list, and I had to then grab that and.
What was the meal? What were you shopping for?
It was like pork and veal meatballs pasta, I'm going to say.
Oh.
Yeah, it's quite nice. But it requires certain things, which meant I had to go to, the largest sort of Coles Woolworths situation. And during a cyclone, probably not the best time to start
Nah.
investigating.
You're not
Did you
getting,
take
you're not
your,
getting everything you want.
It was a nightmare.
No.
Did you have like your sat nav out so you could navigate your way around? Because I'd imagine you haven't been there before.
I didn't know I didn't know what aisles things were in. Like I'd been there, but I go there. I know where salt and vinegar chips are. I know where Weiss ice creams are, but I don't know where eggs are. And as it turns out, eggs aren't there anyway during a cyclone. So
No,
the fruit and veg,
or milk, yeah.
The fruit
You get to find out in a time like this what people
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
and more importantly, what people don't want.
I put something
because
up
if
on
you're not
Instagram,
getting bought
yeah.
now, no one wants you.
I put something on my gram yesterday, the 5 things left on the shelves, Ash, and it was like kangaroo meat. No one eats that,
Yeah.
apparently. That was left. That was the only thing in the meat thing was kangaroo
Is that
meat.
right? Is that
The
right?
only vegetables, I forget, what was I? Put it up. It was turnips. There was 8 turnips left. So
turnip.
This is the equivalent. This is
Not
the food
even in a
equivalent.
cyclone, mate, and I going near a turnip.
This is the food equivalent
Yes.
when you're at school and it's pick a team and
Yeah.
the last man or woman standing
Yes.
picking the team. You don't want to be that person. That's the turnip. The
Yeah.
turnip
I wouldn't
is-
even know what to do with a turnip.
What do you do with a turnip? It's ridiculous.
What is a turnip? Is a turnip like like a sweet potato
It
type
looked like
deal? Or what do you do with it?
It looked like
what do you?
a knobby-looking vegetable. That's all.
I
I'll say.
love
Pull
that.
them out of your ears when you've got ear boogers. That's a
They
turnip.
were left. There was sandwiches. There was egg sandwiches, and you could see where the egg had gone halfway through the bread. Like it was gross. That was the
So
only thing
it was a half-assed egg sandwich, like a half-assed made egg
and that was
sandwich.
it. And that was in one of the big ones, one of the big places. And then eggs, no eggs. So
Oh no! No, you're not getting any eggs. No.
And I needed one egg for this. The ingredients I've been sent through. I spent, I kid you not, 5 hours yesterday afternoon trying to find an egg. And eventually
Oh, no.
I went to, which this is interesting though, because I went to some, like one of those Quickie Mart sort of joints just at Clayfield. And they said, the big boss has gone to Sunnybank to buy eggs and bring them back. They'll be here at 3 o'clock. So I went home, had a rest, and then drove back. And sure enough, he'd found what he thinks is the only carton of eggs left in Brisbane at this point. And I bought 12 eggs. The other 11 will rot in my fridge. But I bought 12 eggs for this ingredient. But then my mate Crowie, he texted me out of the blue because I put
I
something...
can't believe you got those eggs.
I
But
got,
yeah,
I got the egg. And my mate Crowie texted me because I put up on Instagram that, the last 5 things left on the shelves. And he goes, mate, just go to there was a place at Clayfield Markets, which is more of a boutique-y sort of place, I guess. But he showed me the fruit and veg there. It was wall to wall, every fruit and veg. It was like the Garden of Eden. So how come they get it all, and yet the other big ones are completely empty? Is that just because people want to save money, or what?
or has that bloke got his distribution down pat? Like, is he?
You should see. I put the video up of what it was like yesterday, and it was out of control.
It's the local producers. They're the ones who, at the end of the day, the local farmers will look after. And the butchers too. If you ever can't find eggs, usually the butchers have them because
that's what someone said
they
to
hook
me.
each other up. Yeah, you got to. That's when you go local.
Yeah.
Don't go to the big department stores because they're stuck in the chain and they've got trucks coming and they can't make it through. You go local because you got old mate Gary who just takes his truck down to his mate's farm, says, chuck us some eggs, chucks them, goes back and gives them to you.
Exactly right. Well, that's what was happening yesterday. So I don't know.
But do you reckon those big chains, just on that issue, that if, do they cut back on the turnips now?
Sure.
Are they taking note of what is actually left? Are they going, maybe the kangaroo, I don't know. If you're not getting bought now,
yes.
When there's panic buying going on from whatever morons are out there panic buying, like it's the last time we're ever going to be able to go to the shop. But if that's getting rejected, that's a pretty heavy statement.
What was the other one, Mitch? Chocos? I'm going to say they were called Chocos. It was Chocos and turnips was the only two things on the entire...
Hang on, are Chocos edible? I thought they were just...
They're not edible. My grandma used to feed them to us as children. I'll tell you how bad Chocos are. Chocos are when we did Kokoda, Nikki, in 2015.
Yeah.
You had a ration pack, and the ration packs, there wasn't much in them, so... but we walked past, for 93 kilometres and 7 days, we walked past huge rainforests full of choco vines. Not one person picked one off to cook it that night or do anything. It's like, nah, I'd rather eat the sole of my shoe.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Well, there's plenty going on in the wake of ex-tropical cyclone Alfred, so we thought we'd get the Lord Mayor on to explain what is happening and exactly what the Ute Army is all about. So good morning, Lord Mayor. What is the Ute Army? What's going on here?
Yeah, look, we had, after the 2011 flood and the 2022 flood, the Mud Army came together to help people with the clean-up, and there's obviously less mud around this time, which is a good thing, but there's a lot of fallen trees and tree branches around the place. So the councils will be cleaning up all of the trees in parks and street trees that have fallen down. But also I know people in their homes have quite a bit of green waste as well to get rid of. So there's going to be, for many residents, a lot more than they can fit in their green bin or in the boot of their car.
Yeah.
And so we're putting together the Ute Army and gearing it up this weekend to help people that need some extra space and extra help to get things to the tip. We've got free tipping for green waste, obviously. That's continued on, but I know people will need help, and I know there's a lot of people out there with utes who are keen to help.
So I guess today as well, we're kind of moving into a different phase of it now, Lord Mayor, aren't we? The weather seems...
Sun's out.
Fairly subdued across the Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast and Brisbane, as far as we can tell. Are we in that stage now of recovery mode, or where are we at?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that, BOM's predicting not much rain at all today. I think they've predicted like 7 millimetres, which is not much at all. And so that's a good thing. So that means we can really focus on gearing up. Because yesterday there was still a prediction of a lot of rain. It didn't actually happen. Right. They said we could get up to 130 millimetres, and I think we got 6 millimetres. So that was a good outcome. That means we can now really focus on the clean-up and the recovery effort, and that's absolutely what we're doing yesterday and today.
Has there been any major lessons that have come out of this experience?
Oh, there's always a lot. One of the interesting things is, and there was a bit of talk in the media about this today, about giving people information and empowering them to sort of make their own decisions rather than sort of, telling everyone this is what you're going to do. Yeah. And I know, different people have different views on it. Some people are like, well, just tell me what to do. I'll do what you advise. But other people are like, don't tell me what to do. I don't want to be locked down. I don't want to be told to stay in my home. So it's quite an interesting situation. And
it is.
There's definitely pros and cons. But I mean, when you're talking about, a cyclone coming, not something that most of us have ever experienced before, I think there's a lot of lessons, and, hopefully we don't have another one of these anytime soon, but at least now we'll have learnt what it's like to experience a cyclone in a very built-up area of southeast Queensland. And so we'll make sure everyone learns the lessons. The government's councils learn the lessons. Community is prepared in terms of what they need to do as well. So there's always
Can I
learning.
just say, from my observation, I feel like everyone's done a really good job through this cyclone. And I think across the board, I felt like the official statements have been loud and clear. It's been really quite, it's been all very concise, and everyone's kind of had their finger on the pulse the whole way through, which has been really nice, because you were saying before, after COVID, you were taking a slightly different approach, that because after COVID, a lot of people, the meme went around, govern me harder, daddy, whereas now you've kind of given the people a bit more of a choice of what's safe and what's not. And I must say, personally, I found it really refreshing that you haven't treated us like a bunch of dopes.
Well, no, that's good. I mean, look, I think, for example, if there was another pandemic, I don't think anyone would actually stay in their homes. I think people would be like, nah, that was an overreaction. We didn't, we shouldn't have done that. And so there's that sort of debate going around. It'd be very difficult to do it the same way again, because I don't think it'd work. And so having gone through all of that, it's sort of, you'd give people the information so that they're informed, and then, people will make their own choices. I think the biggest frustration with this one was that the weather kept on changing, and so the pace of the cyclone, it slowed down. So when we were all expecting it to happen, it slowed right down, which then meant that things were sort of closed down for longer, or we were all waiting for longer. That was very frustrating. And then we had the follow-up. So the night after, obviously, it came through pretty ferociously with the winds and more power outages. So, it was a very unpredictable situation, but that was, weather does what weather does. So, that's a learning experience too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you're right, Nick. I think our information armoury is a lot stronger than it might have been a decade ago, which is great. But
and people are dialed in now as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, if people have got utes and you're on the weekend, your tools are down, where do they head to go and help with the cleanup?
So if you're a Brisbane resident, contact your local councillor, and they're helping to link up the people with utes and people who can offer to help with the people who need help. And so if you need help, give the council a call. You can call the call centre, 3403 8888. And if you can give help, call your local councillor, who's hooking you up with local people that need help. And the aim is to get, so there's 26 local councillors all across Brisbane. The aim is to get local people helping local people. So not necessarily driving right across the other side of the city to help. You hopefully will be able to help someone in your own area.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park, or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au, or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
You were made to meet halfway. Expedia were made to plan where halfway is. Expedia, made to travel.
Auckland, LA, Vegas.
Oh my God.
Nova's Red Room Global Tour, powered by Expedia.
Nova's Red Room.
Let's go.
Let me hear.
'Cause I can't go.
Here we go. Nova's Red Room Global Tour, powered by Expedia, announced yesterday, and we're already getting you just a little step closer to being able to get along there, Ash.
Oh, Mitch, I reckon, would I be safe in saying this is the biggest Red Room we've ever given away?
Jeez, it might be.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Post Malone and Jelly Roll, and Dean Lewis in LA. First of all, it's the trip itself, and then the experience of Post Malone and Jelly Roll. For me, that would just be unbelievable.
Auckland into LA into Vegas is the Auckland trip would be incredible as well.
And just to clarify, we're not giving away like a trip to LA to see Dean Lewis. You're picking up the whole trip here.
Everything.
It's a trip of a lifetime. Trip of a lifetime.
And if you're going from Brisbane, you're going to Sydney first, because that's where where we're kicking it off. And then you're going to Auckland, then LA, and then Las Vegas. And I think you're right. Like, we usually send you to see a great artest in a location. I don't know about seeing 2 in 1, and that's wrapping it up. And it's in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. Like, that is one hell of a way to wrap it all up. And all you've got to do, jump on board online, the Nova Player app, register your details, and then we give you a call back. and we put you in the draw to potentially be getting that call back on Friday. First one we are talking to this morning, Jasmine out of Nudgee. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
We're pretty good, but we love Nudgee, but it doesn't get the big axe, does it?
Nah.
Doesn't really, does it? No. But well, this is huge. This is absolutely huge, Jazz. I guess the obvious question is which would be your favourite? But even within that, like when you do that bang, 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 bang sort of thing, I remember it happened to me in Vegas last year, Jazz, when the footy was on. He went to U2 on the Friday night into the footy. It just becomes this 48-hour, 72-hour just ongoing where you think, is this actually happening to me?
Yeah, that's what it would be, just like an unreal dream.
Yeah. That's what it'll be like. It'll be like just ongoing of just, holy crap, this isn't over yet. In fact, we're stepping it up again tomorrow. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well,
so did you entered through the Nova player, did you, Jazz?
Yeah, I did yesterday, which was so quick.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome getting a call back, and it truly would be just a once in a lifetime experience to be able to go there and see all those artists so quickly in such a short amount of time. So that's pretty epic that you guys are hosting that.
You've taken a huge step towards going because you've got and you've explained how easy it is to do. But be listening Friday because the first winner will be announced on Friday.
Yes, sir. Copy that.
Also,
copy.
Adam, Deception Bay.
How are you guys?
Going bloody all right, mate.
Not as good as you.
We're all right, Mr. Bingle.
I'm stoked to be talking to you guys.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
Deception Bay, represent.
Yeah, kind of a bogan spill, but...
It goes all right.
Oh, you take that energy to LA
you're
too.
Good bogans.
Yeah, exactly right, Nikki.
So you entered on the Nova Play app too, yes?
Correct, yeah.
And we're giving away, there's a winner every week, is that right?
Yeah, for the next 4 weeks. For the next 4 Fridays, Nikki.
Yeah.
So
Ricky, Lee, Tim and Joel will draw it, I think, 4 p.m. Friday is the time you want to be listening, Adam. So that's going to be an absolute life changer for you.
Be beyond life changing. Yeah.
Jeez, I'd love someone from Deception Bay to win it.
Yeah. And then stand by, Adam, because Nikki's doing her best to make sure that we can all head over there with you as well. Yes. Which, what another little treat for you. If we were all tag along as well. Yeah, can you imagine the laughs? Can you imagine the laughs?
I can't wait.
And Adam, we can take you over as our cultural ambassador from Deception Bay. That'd be brilliant.
I do a good job representing that too.
I believe it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, it's been interesting hearing that people were without power for 5 days. Was it on the Gold Coast, Ash?
Well, still some people are without power.
Because
be going on about that long, I guess. Yeah.
I got chatting to a dealer I know, a car dealer I know, who lives up in Townsville, and he's had his fair share of cyclones. And, they say that a lot of people aren't on board with EVs. They kind of give them a hard time. But, fun fact, he said during the cyclone, he powered his house when they ran out of power with his electric vehicle for 5 days. What? I'm like, what? And apparently this is a thing. You can power your house for up to 3 to 7 days. A whole house if you run out of power by just, all you need is let me have a read. You need a bi-directional EV charger. So you've just got to get this adapter thing and you can plug your car into your...
Yeah, it sucks and blows.
Yeah, so it sucks the energy.
Yeah.
And that just blew my mind. I said, why are they not advertising this? It's currently still illegal. You're not allowed to do it.
Really?
And it makes me think, well... I'm sorry, but if there's a cyclone happening and you're without power, you should very much be allowed to plug your old car into your house and charge her up.
What's illegal about it? What's the rule that you're breaking?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a safety thing or if the power mongers, the power players don't want you doing it. I don't know what the red tape is. But to me, it just seems like all of a sudden EVs just got a whole lot cooler.
But
because when I was
what is it they're doing?
sorry.
So you're using the battery power from the car to
sending it back in your house.
Yeah, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Yes. So it's got. Hang on, wait. It's got how much power does it have? Lots. Look, it's got lots. It's got lots of power. But I remember when I was doing the big trip with Hyundai where we drove across Australia in an electric vehicle, and they got me to do this thing one morning where we made breakfast on the dash of it. So we put the little adapter in and we made waffles, and I GHD'd my hair and blow waved it and did all of these things with the EV. So, yeah, to anyone going that EVs aren't cool, hello. I think Alfred just made the stock go up somewhat. We just need to make it legal, really. I'm kind of encouraging people to do illegal stuff, but
so what did you use? Did you
cyclone...
just use like the old cigarette, thingy of the car to do that, or did you use one of those?
Reverse
things?
No, it's where you charge it in the front or in the butt, depending on where the hole is.
Yeah.
You just plug her in. You plug the adapter in, and then you just put your normal cables into the adapter. It's like a multi-adapter with all the little fronds.
Yeah, right. So that's the same as what the people are using in their houses then?
That's kind of different. That's bigger. That's a bidirectional charger. I think that's what they've got in the caravan parks. I think.
Yeah, right.
They've got those little adapter things. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you some technical update.
Positivity.
It's tech time with Nikki Osborne.
Yeah, I was going to call someone like an EV person, but I'm like, no, because it's frowned upon still. They probably don't want to be seen to be encouraging it. But I can, because no one's going to slap the book on me because I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, to be fair.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Come give me that cash.
Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. Guess these 4 voices.
I have listened to
Nova.
And win a guaranteed $50,000.
Alrighty. So, we've got another person who's going to have a crack at my mystery voices. Who have we got on the phone? Is it Darren from North Lakes? Are you there, Darren?
Hello. Good morning.
Darren.
How you doing? You haven't had any flooding or anything, have you?
No, we were pretty lucky. Just rain.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. All right. So, you've been listening. You've been researching. Are you going to have a crack at the 4 voices?
I've got inspiration from one of the greatest skits with a rose that's ever happened. But we'll see how we go.
All right, one more time with those voices.
I have listened to
Nova.
Who we got, Darren?
Okay, so I'm going to double down. I've got Amy Shark for number 1, Peter Hellier, number 2, Troy Kinney, number 3, and Amy Shark, number 4.
Oh.
Okay. Double dipping.
There's more sharks in this guess than there is in the Gold Coast River at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, Darren, I can say to you that you have got 4 incorrect guesses. I'm sorry. Good crack, though.
Thank you very much.
There's a couple of good ones we can take off the
You're
list. Troy
welcome.
Kinney and Amy Shark there off the list. That's people should be making note of that. Peter Hellier as well. They're pretty good guesses.
And Troy Kinney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think with those 4, and if you want to jump on board our Instagram stories, there's still a video up from yesterday's incorrect guesses as well. So if you want to add it all to the list.
Mitchell, will there be a list of incorrect guesses, or is that something that you sort of have to work out for yourself?
I think.
Yeah, because my point is it's hard to get through, and so when you do get an opportunity
non-defeat
to ask,
AM.
you don't want to waste your chances. That's it. You don't want to fire bullets that have already been shot.
Yeah, we're certainly making it available, and so all of them so far up on the Instagram stories.
Okay.
We're going to be making it available on the podcast.
I see. I like that.
Deep tease.
I like that because it makes people have to dig a little bit deeper.
Thank you for producer Alicia. And another chance at guessing our mystery voices.
I have listened to
Nova.
Coming up just after 9 a.m. this morning.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I was mentioning how much I appreciated the football being back yesterday on the show through the cyclone, and You can get on board KO Sports and sign up today. And we speak to someone from KO each and every week. Today we're going to have a chat to Nico Parillo. Nico, good morning to you, mate. Well, mate, last week you said it was Kevy Walters.
I did not say that.
Be careful.
I did not say that, Nico.
But I enjoy chatting to Nico,
I'm
sure.
ahead of, Kevy.
He's shallow.
I'm ahead of Kevy in the pecking order.
No, I don't know, mate. But footy aside, the Australian Grand Prix is back this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Ding, ding.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Heading down to Melbourne for it tomorrow should be an absolute cracker. You know, I think I've been saying that this season, I think, of Formula One is going to be the most entertaining, certainly in recent memory. You've got Oscar Piastri, the Aussie boy from Melbourne, of course. I reckon he's got a good chance of actually winning the whole thing.
Really?
This whole I think he's got a great chance. He's got that dog in him, as the kids like to say. He's got that mongrel out there on track. And seeing Lewis Hamilton in the red of Ferrari is still something I'm getting used to. It's such a weird sight.
That's that is going to be bizarre.
To think an Aussie, it's like that's my dream, Nico, to see Gout win the Olympic 100 and an Aussie Formula One driver win the World Championship. I mean, that you get that double. The Aussies are back.
But there's also Jack Doohan. He went to school with one of my boys, and Jack's racing as well, isn't he? Yeah, he's a Gold Coast boy.
Yeah,
Mixed
right.
up.
Yeah, no, he's racing for Alpine alongside Pierre Gasly, so that's another big story there. Plenty of pressure on him, obviously, coming from a very famous motorsport family. But I think it's great times in the world of Australian motorsport currently.
There must just be something in that. Obviously, whatever it was that made Mick great on the bikes, somehow or other that has passed down to Jack and translated into another form of motorsport in the F1s. But that ability, I don't know if it's to read angles or if it's just like you said, to have that dog where you just go for that line and you hold it. Yeah, I mean, you see some of the footage of Mick back in the day. He didn't hold back at all. The guy was one of our bravest sportsmen.
I wonder if it translates to other aspects of their life, like if they're in the supermarket, if they're racing each other to get to the front of the queue or whatever.
That'd be a nightmare at the deli. I wouldn't stand a chance to get that last sausage.
Jack and Mick, unlucky.
Strangely enough, I know Troy Bayliss quite well, who's a three-time champ as well on the superbikes. And they reckon that Troy got right into riding push bikes. Riding his, he got into triathlons or bike riding at some stage. And they reckon that even he was riding in a pack, if they go around a roundabout, for example, Troy would just cut the deadliest lines and he would just fully get his bike down. He couldn't help it. So he's probably like that in the shopping centre and that as well with the trolley. Who knows?
They'd be good Domino's delivery drivers, I reckon.
Hey, footy back as well, Nico, and this Saturday marks the first Super Saturday Live on Fox Footy, where all four matches exclusively live on KO Sports and Fox. You've got Cat Stockers, Western Bulldogs and Kangaroos, but more importantly for us, Sydney Swans v the Brisbane Lions, the grand final. Straight up in the first round of the season. Sydney looking for redemption, and the Hawks defeated them on the home soil last week too, so they're under a bit of pressure early on.
Yeah, it's certainly an exciting time for Fox Footy, as you mentioned. All four games, certainly to start the season, exclusively live on Fox Footy. So yeah, big Super Saturday coming up in the AFL, and the NRL just continues to roll over as well.
What's happening in the boxing?
Yeah, huge fight tomorrow evening. Keith Thurman, not Keith Urban, as Fitzy and Whipper.
Oh, damn it!
Mistook me for saying. But yeah, huge fight at Horton Pavilion tomorrow evening on Main Event. Going to be big. I'd love to see Keith. I'd love to see Keith Urban lace up.
Who's he fighting? Garth Brooks. It's Keith Urban and Garth Brooks.
I would watch that on KO.
Let's make it happen. I reckon we can speak to the Rose brothers and make it happen. What do you reckon?
I reckon George, you could probably make it happen. Yeah,
right. Big George would love that. All right, mate, you catch it all on KO.
Yeah,
great to speak to you as well. Yeah, Dolphins in action as well, so it's all happening in all codes. Thanks, mate. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, team. Appreciate it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
A fresh new way to wake up. This is Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne. Nova 106.9.
Mitch, this is just a shout out for everyone who's still without power. I've got a few people in our family that are going on, 4 days or something now without power.
Yep.
But this is the joy that awaits. Now, what you're about to hear is the audio from a balcony at Coolangatta when the power finally went on at Coolangatta. And have a listen to this because it's the whole suburb erupting in joy as finally, after days and days, the power goes back on.
That's the whole high rise, or what?
Oh yeah, they go the whole suburb, Luttsy. Just everyone in that pocket just going, thank God, it's back on.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
I'm smarter than... I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
We'll say g'day to Greg out of Shayla Park. What's going on?
Been trying to get through for a fair while, so excited to be on this morning. Rode out the cyclone quite easily, so yeah.
No dramas.
Cruising over home at working.
Nice, mate. Nice. Well, you haven't picked the best time. Oh, well, you got through. It's $100. Lutsy's got plenty of stuff in the kickback cave. It's in full effect.
Greg's one of my more solid names too, I reckon. Greg. I love the name.
But you got Greg Norman.
Yeah, Greg.
Give me some other famous Gregs other than Greg Norman.
Greg Kineski, my good friend. How could you forget?
Oh, the turtle. The turtle.
Greg Inglis.
Greg Inglis.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're aging the name Greg, though.
Yeah, I know, it's a little aged, but it's almost ready to come back again in a cool way, I reckon, Greg.
It's got to come back through. Yeah, I think I need to make a push out there somehow to get it back in.
Bring Greg
at
back.
the top of the list.
You got to lead the charge, mate. You got to lead the charge. There are no young famous Gregs.
Not really.
I can't think of anyone. I mean, GI's not that old.
Nah, yeah.
Greg Kinnear. Where am I getting that name from? Mitch, is that an actor?
Yeah, but he'd be 55. Yeah, if that, probably more than that. You know.
We do have our own song though.
Tism, Greg the Stop Sign?
Yes. I'm a big Tism fan.
That's a great song. And we got Greg the Stop Sign. Mitch, I know you got you got fingers in many pies right now, mate, but if you can...
What about Dylan in the back office?
Maybe
Dylan on the pots and pans.
Relax.
Yeah.
Dylan in the back, if you could get a bit of Greg the Stop Sign, we can play it at the back of this segment. That'd be great. Tism.
Hang on a second.
I haven't heard of Tism in a while. Don't tell me.
Did Adelaide have it?
We've actually...
Do your homework and whack for weeks. Completed and online.
Just got to hit the chorus.
When you hear that scream, Greg, you missed the stop sign. Greg, the stop sign.
Greg the Stop Sign.
Greg, the stop sign.
Everyone sing it, ready?
Greg, the stop sign.
That's it, mate.
Greg, the stop sign.
What a great song.
Oh, how good. Tism. Are they Brizzy boys, Luttsy?
No, Greg.
No?
No,
they used to
they're not for.
But they used to wear masks. They were the first to wear masks.
I remember them. Yeah.
Yep, they've actually come back in the last couple of years.
Oh, that's great news. Tism.
Yep, they've done some concerts up here, and they're still wearing the mask.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. There we go.
All right, now only $100, so rebuild Willie on him in Win Jones, but it doesn't matter because Kickback Cave is full, so let's go. 30 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. What does SPF in sunscreen stand for?
Sun protection factor.
Which fictional creatures are Lady Gaga's fans known as?
Little Monsters.
Which AFL team is known as the Blues?
Carlton.
Which monarch just started their own radio show?
Don't know.
Spell zucchini.
ZUCHINNI.
Stop the clock.
Oh,
Just.
I don't know about zucchini, but I'm going to say extremely hard to beat here.
No. Don't know about zucchini. My wife's going to shoot me on that one, probably.
Yeah. Your zucchini was a bit mucked up. I just spelled it out myself the way that you said it. But anyway.
That's very close where he went with it. There's definitely the C and the H and blah, blah, blah. But that's
you started strong.
Unless you can see it.
Greg, the stop sign.
Greg.
Did he have any time left on the clock there, Mitch?
Winter Lutsies.
Winter Lutsies.
Yeah, Winter Lutsies. Yeah. Wow, it doesn't get any smaller than that. Let's bring in the GIMP.
I think I'm turning, give it easy. Think I'm turning, give it easy. Really think so. I think I'm turning, give it easy. Think I'm turning, give it easy. Really think so. Bring in the GIMP.
Yeah.
Inspired Unemployed. Thank you, boys.
That.
How good. You ready?
Wait, who did that one?
Inspired Unemployed.
Inspired Unemployed.
What? The dudes on Instagram who are really prolific.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, that's a bit rock and roll.
Pretty cool.
They did that for us when we were over in Osaka.
That's right.
They gave us a Japanese-themed GIMP. All right, Nikki, let's go. 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Your time starts now. What does SPF in sunscreen stand for?
Sun protection factor.
Which fictional creatures are Lady Gaga's fans known as?
Little monsters.
Which AFL team is known as the Blues?
It's Carlton.
Which monarch just started their own radio show?
King Charles did.
Spell zucchini.
ZUCCIHINI.
HINI. And I can't accept it. And I can't accept it. At the end there. So Nikki went the distance. And we'll give her a cross for that last one.
So no time left for Nikki.
No time
there, and we've got the fraction of a time left for Greg. So which means Greg, in the event of a tiebreaker, will get the honours.
I'll take it, Tuco. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
tight.
What does SPF in sunscreen stand for? Sun protection factor is correctamundo, and you both got off to a flyer. 1-1. What fictional creatures are Lady Gaga's fans known as? You both said little monsters. It just says monsters here, but I'm happy to accept that. I think that I thought it was little monsters. So 2-2.
Oh, is it just monsters?
Yeah, that's what it says here, but I swear it's little monsters. Yeah, we'll take it. It works for both as well, so you're close enough. AFL team known as the Blues is Carlton. That is correct from both of you. It's 3-3. Which monarch just started their own radio show? Greg said, I don't know. Nikki, she said Prince Charles. That's correct.
What?
What the hell?
King Charles. I was actually going to do a segment about it because I was going to come up with a playlist that I think he'd like.
What's he got?
He's got
What
his
type
own
of radio
channel. It's
show
just
is it?
nuts. It's just all his favourite all-time hits.
Oh, so it is a
So
musical.
you can just imagine.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, bring me up to date on that. I wasn't aware of that, but that sounds like a bit of fun. 4-3, Nikki. And final question. You both stuffed it up. This is how you spell zucchini. ZUCCHINI. That is zucchini, but it's a 4-3 victory to Nikki.
Well done, Nikki.
That's all right, mate. I'll still take care of you in the cave.
Just had someone Instagram me moments ago, just on the Greg front, James Cooper from at James Cooper Golf says Gregory the Gorilla is the Gregory Terrace mascot.
Is it really?
Yeah, I did not know that.
They get a gorilla too?
Really?
Gregory the Gorilla.
I'm more of an Ionian
I'd
gorilla.
probably suit that role quite nicely.
You could play Gregory the Gorilla in a heartbeat, mate. That'd be fantastic.
No problem.
Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? Okay, yeah, so a double pass to MK. Now, this is to see MK live on board Oasis. This is in April, Sunday the 27th of April, Greg. You'll absolutely love this, mate. Have you been on the Oasis before?
No, haven't.
Oasiscruising.com.au. This is going to be a great afternoon out on the Brizzy River, so you'll love that. A double pass to see that. And I'm also going to give you a $150 Firma Italian dining voucher, authentic Italian cuisine, located at Emporium Hotel at South Bank, the best spot in Brisbane, mate.
Oh, yes, we've seen there, haven't been there, unfortunately, but yes, that looks lovely.
We're heading there now, $150 voucher for Firma Italian. Good on you, Gregory.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Yeah, a bit more. Everyone sing it. Greg the stop sign. Greg the stop sign. Greg the stop sign.
What am I listening to?
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, we were chatting to Jim Jeffries a few weeks ago on the show because he interpreted the lyrics from YMCA as something. Well, he said it was a gay anthem and they tried to sue him. And that got the conversation going about, well, are we misinterpreting a lot of songs? And that one sprang to mind in particular for me, and that is Meatloaf's I Would Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that. Do you have a clip?
But I won't do that.
So what was it he wasn't doing?
Well, this has blown up on Reddit because everyone's got their interpretation of what he won't do for love. I mean, plenty. Everyone's got something they won't do for love, but on Reddit, they've said diet. The answer is diet. There's some rude ones in there. He won't stop riding a motorbike in the rain. Anyway, the list goes on. They're talking about other things as well to do with sausages, but we won't talk about that. But it got me thinking.
If you see the chick in the film clip,
oh, she's hot.
You do almost anything for love, I can guarantee you, particularly if you're Meatloaf.
But I think there would be something.
That fat prick should be so lucky to get someone like her, is all I'm saying.
Oh, poor Meatloaf.
No, he's a man, you can say it. It's all right.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently he was on a Celebrity Apprentice and he said to one of the producers working there, walked past one of the models on set that day, and he said, I'd do that for love. But
why are you defending him?
Because, I don't know, because I'm playing devil's advocate. Shut up. Anyway, I was chatting to Jeremy about this because we came into our relationship when we first got together with a 5-year plan, and we were talking about, you know, all the things we wanted to do, and one of his was move back to London, and I said I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. That is the one thing that I won't do for Jeremy. I won't do it. What about you, Ash? What won't you do for love?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Well, one of the big ones that we had was Jode wanted, like when I first met her, early days before we even thought we'd get married or whatever, I was like, no, I want 2 kids. I want 2 kids. And we had 2 kids. They were both boys, and Jode desperately wanted a girl, and she wore me down, and I stood firm on that for, I think there's like is it a 7 or 8 year difference between Sid and Archie? And eventually I went, all right, okay, we'll go for a girl. And we ended up, you know, with a kid that's got more testosterone than, Schwarzenegger on the gear. So I ended up relenting on the one thing that I said that I wouldn't do, which is the 3-kid rule.
That's love. That's it, mate.
So that's it, yeah. Other than that...
But you wear the pink fluffy handcuffs and the...
Oh, yeah, Nikki. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, in that way, he'll do almost anything for love in that way.
I'll do anything for love.
What about...
pink handcuffs.
What about you, Luttsy? What would you do for love?
We've got the obvious ones, like the Perineum Falcon, the Boston Steamer, the Philadelphia Fruit Cup. They're the big 3. But, I mean...
I wish I knew what any of those were.
Above
In fact,
that,
Cleveland
I don't want
Concrete.
to know what any of those are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mitch!
I'm probably a little stiffer on compromise, you would argue, than most.
Well, I'm starting to think maybe you are, because you have been... You're not married.
No, well, that's
you're
exactly.
You're not a spring chicken.
Yeah,
so I think you might have...
I'm a strong believer in happiness starting within and then pushing that out, and if other people can contribute to your happiness, then jump on board if you can't piss off.
but like Meatloaf, I feel like you've got an extensive
like a
list
Hallmark
of things
card.
he won't do. He won't use a tea towel, that's for sure. That's one of the things. But anyway, 13 24 10, I want people to call up and finish the lyrics of what they won't do for love. I want funny ones. I don't want rude, naughty ones. I want the funny ones. Certain things, like it might be that you just won't put away the Christmas tree. I don't know.
Pick up after the
I
dog.
want to hear it. Yes. Do the school run when you get back from breakfast radio.
I won't do that.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
What was that?
He's just agreeing with him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, before the break, we were chatting about things we won't do for love, inspired by Meatloaf's I'd Do Anything Except That.
What is in the song, what is that, by the way?
Okay.
What is it that he won't do?
That is... Okay, they track back through his lyrics. Forget the way she feels right now. Forgive himself if they don't go all the way that night. Do it better than he does it with her. Stop dreaming of her every night of his life. See that it's time to move on. Be screwing around. They're the things he won't do.
Oh.
So apparently that's kind of because they're all the lyrics.
The only one
that
I
he
understood
sings.
was that he won't be screwing around. That's all that I actually
Because she sings it, the hottie patottie. Who's that hot woman in the video clip he's punching well above and he's got her locked on a bed?
I think she's just a model.
No, she's an amazing singer.
No, but I don't think it's her actually singing.
No, I think it's a bit of horses type action.
It's a bit of Margaret Earledge action from Horses. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, she.
I was going to
she didn't
say,
make the
what
cut
a
for the video.
package.
That ain't Margaret Earledge
no.
riding a horse down the beach in Horses. I can tell you. She was left on the reserves bench for that one.
Well, Margaret's got
Margaret,
a bloody
we're going
good
in
voice.
a different direction for the film clip. Yeah.
Imagine getting that
imagine?
call.
Yes. Oh.
How offensive.
We do anything
guys,
for number
what do we
one
shoot in
hit,
the film
but
clip?
we
What
won't
do we-
do that.
I'm wearing this one piece that I got for my birthday 4 years ago. No, Margaret, you won't be in the film clip, unfortunately.
Somebody said that we're riding horses in the film clip, but I can't ride a horse.
And then they give her a horse suit and say, wear that and you can join the herd.
They might as well have. How offensive.
That's so offensive.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, we put it out there. Someone's called in. Who have we got there?
Yeah, we lost Shano. He said that he
good one.
he won't stop smoking. He said that the smoking is non-negotiable, right? That's the thing.
So he smokes, but he's saying he wouldn't smoke.
Would-
He would not do that.
Yeah, but
Oh, right. If she wanted him to take up the darbs.
No,
Yeah.
if you want him to stop taking
They
the
won't
dart.
do it.
Yeah, okay,
Will not
right.
give it up.
No.
Don't do that.
Darren out of Mount
That's
Gravatt,
it.
we're going to set you up with a little bit of Meatloaf, and you got to finish off the sentence. You all right?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, here we go.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do.
What?
Put the toilet seat down.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
You wouldn't do that,
guttural
mate.
sound.
Come on.
Stubborn.
No way am I doing that. He'd do that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, he'd do that. you are cracking jokes. If that's the biggest one, you're drawing the line in the sand. No.
If that's Miranda Kerr, he's down
Yeah.
polishing the damn seat
Oh,
every
yeah.
bloody morning. So we're all butt can sit on it.
You're full of it. You are full of it.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Try Char Time's new coffee range. Iced latte, iced long black, and iced brown sugar cookie latte.
Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne's Cups of Joy.
It's been a lot of fun yesterday. Big winner too, Mitchie.
Huge winner to kick it off.
We're giving you the opportunity to win something that will bring you a lot of joy. It could be.
I thought that winner yesterday was extremely talented. They were able to track that ball, that cup that had the $1,000 underneath it, despite not being able to see it.
Yeah.
But they could, just through listening really hard, they were able to work out whether it was cup 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah. Quite extraordinary.
Lutsy's getting his cup on at the moment. It's all thanks to
outstanding.
Char Time, their new iced coffee range. What do we got here? We got iced latte, iced long black, and the iced brown sugar cookie latte, if you don't mind. And everyone goes home a winner. There's no bad option in there. There are 3 cups. There are 3 great prizes. It just depends on which one you end up with, Luttsy.
That's right. And Leanne from Wakeley joins us. How are you, Leanne? You good?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. There's 3 great prizes again today. It's a deluxe spa experience for 2. We've got a lawn care kit, which includes a mower, a whipper, a snipper, a blower, and a scarifier.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's that do, Mitch?
I have no idea.
What's a scarifier, Mitch?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know why you'd know.
No, I've never used one. Go and talk to Buzz about it. He's an absolute lawn freak.
Anyway, that's the ultimate lawn care kit. And in the other cup, we got $1,000 cash, which went off yesterday.
Nice.
So 3 great options there.
Let me listen to that cup that's got the $1,000 underneath it.
Okay.
I'm doing them now. Okay. I don't know which one it's in, Ash. So I'm just moving them. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I'm just switching them around, Okay, the 3 cups are now here. So, do you want cup 1, 2, or 3, Leanne?
Oh, I think we'll go cup 3, please.
Cup 3, okay. Well, that's the one furthest away from me.
Sorry.
No, it's still.
No, make it work for it.
It's right here. I'm just saying. It's on the other side of the studio.
It's a matter of inches.
Exhausted from the reach.
They're all right next to each other. Okay, well, I'm picking out the prize, and congratulations, Leanne, you have won the deluxe spa experience for 2.
Oh, fabulous. That's so great. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic. You'll enjoy
Yeah,
that
that's
with someone very close to you.
Indeed. Thank you. That's wonderful.
All thanks to our mates at Char Time. You can try Char Time's new coffee range, Iced Latte, Iced Long Black, and Iced Brown Sugar Cookie Latte. You can tune in tomorrow for your next chance to win with Cups of Joy.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Come give me that cash. Luttsy and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. Guess these 4 voices.
I have listened to
Nova. And win a guaranteed $50,000.
All right, so Felicity from Shayla Park's joining us late in the show. Second chance Willie on a returns Jones.
What?
Felicity has just had a power turn on, apparently, Nikki, so she hasn't had the voices. So who do you think, Felicity?
Oh, that's outrageous.
I need to have a crack.
Felicity, how's it been? How long have you been off grid for?
3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what did you struggle the most without? What was the thing you couldn't use power for that you just went, oh, I really need this, aside from hearing mystery voices?
Just the fridge, you know? Keeping
that's
stuff
the
cold
big
in
one,
the
isn't
fridge.
it? That's the
Take
big
that
one.
You take that for granted, hey?
Everything else you can live without. As soon as you lose that fridge, you're gone.
I always think back to the olden days where they had to go and, get ice and had to use ice. And I'm like, how did they keep the ice icy?
It's
and
ridiculous.
my brain just collapses and I'm like, God, I'm glad I was born in the 90s.
When did we get fridges?
Yeah, I know. Me too. I was born in the 80s, but yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, I might have been as well. I think I might have been an 80s
What did they
baby
do in the
too.
Elizabethan era? I mean, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
I don't know, just ate chips. I don't know.
What did Jesus do? I mean, there's so many questions here.
Just bread and
In
wine.
1913, refrigerators for home were first invented. So it's been
1913.
what were they doing in 1912?
You're eating rotten meat.
Seriously.
That's
They
disgusting.
were writing novels about it. And
just picking the good
cured
bits out.
stuff. Was everything pickled and
Corned
cured?
beef.
Is that what they
Corned
did?
beef.
Yeah. Everything was
corned
just
beef in a
salty.
What a
can.
horrible life.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
No wonder they died early. They all would have had heart attacks from too much sodium.
Yes.
Is it corned beef or bully beef tonight, Mum? I can't remember.
It's Thursday, Ashley.
So it's the bully beef, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I feel like we should probably play the mystery voices to
Probably.
Felicity
Yeah,
so
let's
she
do
actually
it.
stands a chance.
All right, we'll turn this music down, Felicity, and we'll play it for you nice and...
It's a Friday. We're going down to Baskin Melted.
All right, here we go. We'll give you a couple listens. Here we go.
I listened to
Nova.
All right. Just in case that
Give
one
it to
didn't...
her again.
If you don't get 4 right here.
No, give it to her again. Give her a second go.
Here we go.
I listened to
Nova.
Well, that's it now. We're not playing it anymore. It's ridiculous.
Just in case she gets it.
Okay, Felicity, it's 4 voices.
Dave Hughes. Russell Brand, Danny Minogue, and Rebel Wilson.
Don't mind the spread there.
Do you know all them? Have you dated any of them, Nikki? Or?
Yeah, shagged Rebel. She was rubbish. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
The arms with Danny Minogue after an Arias or something?
Oh, look, I do have ties with all of them.
Okay.
But I'm
you
afraid
did run
to
into
say...
Danny Minogue at a function once and come back and start saying you think you're half a chance. Did you? No?
Chris Hemsworth style.
I did. No, I'm not going to. No, I was about to say something else, and I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
But yeah, Felicity, unfortunately, 4 wrong. So we've eradicated 4 more voices. I'm sorry.
That's okay, but
That's okay, thank you.
Unfortunately, all that Felicity's done is has eliminated some other voices for other people. So she's helped in
So
some way.
where's
not
the
for
list?
herself.
Because we do have a
Well, no,
list.
we found out this morning
Podcast.
that if you want to find out all of the incorrect guesses, you have to go to our podcast.
What happens then?
It's a bit of an entrapment
What do we have to read them out?
situation. Yeah, we
Oh, no,
cover
now
them
I'm
in the
nervous.
podcast.
Because
Why?
we're loose on that podcast. Like,
Yeah,
that's
all right.
loose.
No, we
That's
don't give
all
any
right.
other details
Oh.
away. It's just the list. We can't start sprouting too much on the podcast.
Not in a loose lip sync ships kind of way. In a loose, probably, that's a bit outrageous to say, even on a podcast kind of way.
Yeah, that's
right. But in a way, I feel like I'm selling the podcast now because people will be like, oh,
Sounds pretty cool.
that'll be actually interesting.
So they should.
It is.
Yep,
podcast
that's
is
it.
awesome, by the way.
That's it.
Yeah, now producer
Our
Lockie
podcast
just
goes off.
sprinted in. So have you got
Well, I
something
mean,
important to say?
we can keep it to the podcast. I can also just give some of the names from the list now if you want.
I mean, not after what we just said.
Well, then we'll keep it to the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we keep it to the podcast, particularly given that it's 9/11, so we're actually promoting Meltracina right now.
Okay.
Which is fine. We're just saying.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.